So here we are, another day. Big turbo. Trees going in. Guineas are out. It's a tree. And I'm about 18, 19 inches right now on this hole. So about another 15 minutes should have it dug out, and then we'll roll that guy in. So here's Turbo chasing the guineas. He'd be a good boy. All right, let's get back to work here. So I think we're deep enough now. I'm going to add a little bit of the cactus, palm and citrus soil on the bottom. We'll mix it in. It's kind of a sandy dirt, a lot of clay, but everything I read up on is that coconut trees like sandy and clay soil. So also like being near water. Big bird flying up ahead. It's got a vulture. So this will be an ideal place for it, close to the water. And should have enough space here to grow. But yeah, this is the soil it likes, clay or sand. And should do very well here. But we're going to put some of this special Miracle Grow soil on it. Turbo standing by. How you doing, big boy? And I think this is going to fall in pretty nice. So we'll roll it over. We'll cut this container and roll it right over and roll it right in and hope for the best, because this thing is huge. It is heavy. It's hundreds of pounds. So once we roll it in, I'm not going to be able to bulldog it too much because it's just too damn big, and we don't want to damage the tree any more than it already has been. If you don't know, I got this tree at a discount because it had some dead branches, and then when they delivered it, they broke three branches off of it. So I had to call Lowe's back up, and they gave me another discount. So it cost me, for this tree delivered, by the way, they delivered it, it cost me almost as much as one of these Mexican palms. So instead of telling them to take it back, which they were willing to do, I said for the discount I'll keep it, and rolled the dice. But I think it's overall in pretty good shape. I think it'll make it. We'll take good care of it, get it in the ground, get some water on it and let it settle a little bit, and then we'll start feeding it with some fertilizer. And I think it'll do quite well. Everything out here is growing really nice. All the palms looking good. Banana tree, just doing phenomenal. This thing will be 20 feet tall, probably by the end of summer. It was quite big when we first got here. And yeah, all these guys are looking pretty good. Like I said, the only one that I'm worried about is the one at the very end, but it's still doing well enough that we're going to leave it alone. And I would say, hey, you know, give it a couple months. I think it's going to be fine. Yeah, it looks like it's doing okay. But all the rest of these guys are doing really, really well. We've had some rain last couple days. The garden's sprouting up. We just got some more cucumbers that we're going to attempt this time. I'm going to put them in a better location. And also we got, I think, some sweet potatoes. So that'll be planted probably this week for sure. We got to get those planted. And then I have another tree. That'll be another video, but we have a really cool tree that we're going to be putting on the property also. So banana, coconut, plums, peaches, lemon, lime. Look at this idiot right here. Look at this dope. Get out of there. Get out. Get out. I just dug this hole. What are you doing? Get out. Get out. I mean, I just gave this dog a bath 2 days ago too. Look at that. What's wrong with you? Anyways, we love him to death. All right, I'm going to get back to work. So we just got the tree in. Look at that. So we're just mixing a little bit of this Miracle Grow soil with the clay and the original sandy soil that we had, and it looks perfect. Looks real good. So we'll fill it up and get a little water on it and come right back. But this guy was ready to be planted, so now he's free and going to have a nice life as a coconut tree. So we just got done putting this in. I built a little berm around it, and I put 2 big bags of Miracle Grow soil with some, it has, you know, some basic fertilizer in there. at the bottom, and then a little bit at the mid-level, and topped it off with some, and then just threw some of this topsoil over the top of it that we had, which has got a lot of clay in it, but watered it real good. And now we'll just let it settle in, probably go through a little bit of shock, but I think it's going to do really, really well. I pray that it is. Hate to lose a beautiful tree like this, but yeah, it's big. I'm 6'3", and you can get an idea of like the highest point of this tree. It's about, I would say, 15, 16 feet at the very, very top. Smaller one here is probably, this one's about 10. These are 10. This one's about 15, 16. So, yeah, pretty nice. Too bad the other branches got ripped off, because they were 10, 11 foot branches. But they'll grow back. At the end of the day, got a phenomenal deal on this tree. Never hurts to ask for a price reduction, and sometimes you'll get it. But yeah, so we got our Mexican palms here, banana tree, coconut tree, lime tree, lemon tree in this yard, in this section of this part of this yard. And then we've got another tree growing in. I've got 2 tangerine trees over at the guest house that are doing very well. And then we will be planting another tree, hopefully tomorrow. And I will do a video on that. So comment down below, what are your thoughts? I think it's important to have fruit trees now. The best time to plant a fruit tree was 2-3 years ago. The second best time is today. So all of our fruit trees except for one has taken and doing well. And maybe this Saturday, I'll pick up a couple more fruit trees, replace the one that didn't make it. We did have that frost. 1 did not make it, 9 did. So I'd say it's pretty good odds, especially going through, we had 2 frosts after we planted those trees. So I think that's pretty good. So I'll probably get a couple more, replace the dead one, maybe add a couple more. Saying about getting an orange tree, thought that would be kind of cool. But I don't know, I'm just on a tree kick now of getting trees. Comment down below any kind of trees you advise we should be getting here on our island. The island's looking good today. I feel like jumping in and taking a swim. If it gets a little warmer, I might have to jump in, take a swim and cool down. Oh, it's beautiful. There we are. So, I'm gonna get back to work. Stay tuned. A lot happening. You know, with everything happening around the world, we're hearing about, you know, the war, the food shortages, you know, the fertilizer going through the Strait of Hormuz, all that stuff. What if something did happen? What if there were food shortages in America? What if? You know, yeah, we don't have this thing up and running yet. It's going to be a couple of years, but at least we do have water. We do have filtration. We do have generator. We do have firewood. We do have propane. We do have 2 years of food reserves. And we have a lot of animals out here in the trees and a lot of fish in the pond. So we would be okay. We would be okay. I hope that it never ever comes to that. But if it did, you know, we're going to stack the odds in our favor the best that we know how. And we're learning as we go here. I want to thank everybody for coming over to this channel, over 8,000 strong. Please like, share, and subscribe. Really do appreciate it. Let's get to 10,000. This is all new to me. We're going to keep growing. You know, we'll be getting another dog. We'll be getting more trees. I've got cucumbers going into the garden here shortly, and sweet potatoes. So we'll be filming that and just showing you how we're doing it. And of course, we're always open to advice and good ideas. So comment down below. Out here, and I have to say, so far, I've been out here in August, moved out here. When did I move out here? August, September, I don't remember. There's a lot of bugs out here, but I never really got bit. The only thing I get bit by is ants. And this is a problem for the dogs, for anybody in the yard. It's always ants. I never have an issue with really anything else but ants. And so I can't have these around. So I do it the old-fashioned way. All right, throw some gas on them and get rid of them. It's all right. So yeah, not good to have around the dogs. And these things always bite my ankles, bite my legs, always a problem. So they're gone. So that's that. If Turbo's out here tied up on his cable laying around, these things will just be biting him. We have like an all natural spray. It's been doing a pretty good job on all the dogs. So, but I've noticed Turbo gets bit up on his forehead a little bit, probably by the flies or the gnats. But yeah, ants are a problem, man. These things, we have a lot of red ants, and they leave a nasty bite, and it's very, very itchy. So that's that. So if we ever see like any ant hills in the yard, we just eradicate them like that quickly. And people will say, oh, that's not humane. Sorry, can't have the animals getting bit up. I'm not going to get bit up. They are nasty. These things will actually try to kill you. They'll try to eat you. So they cannot be around. Mimi, Nugget, Turbo, they just cannot be around. So that's that. Peace out. Our roses are starting to bloom. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? And this one will probably get a bud hopefully in the next couple weeks. But you know, there's a lot of people that I've noticed just talk about the problems, the doom and gloom, and there's tons of it. But what are people really doing about it? I mean, for us, it's about balancing our life, being self-sufficient more. We're not off-grid. We're not like these big preppers, but we're more self-sufficient now than we ever were. And we're just heading in a direction of being more prepared and more self-sufficient. So you can talk all day about how bad things are, but what are you doing as an individual? It doesn't mean you have to come, you know, buy a farm, a ranch, an island, whatever, but you have to be doing something. Too many people walk and talk, but don't walk the walk. You have to be preparing. You have to be doing something other than walking and just telling everybody how bad, how doom and gloom it is. What are you actually doing? How are you actually preparing? What is your plan? What are you telling your audience? I would tell my audience every day, get in the best possible shape of your life. Be more self-sufficient, whether that's financially, spiritually, food. Have a plan, a place maybe to go to. Be aware of what's going on. If you can get to a place like this and be more self-sufficient, I highly advise it. If you can get to a smaller town, a better state, I highly advise it. There's, I don't know, 5 things right there you could start doing. If you're unskilled and untrained in security, you can go get a 90210 and start taking courses and start getting efficient with your training. Very good. If you're not doing boxing, jiu-jitsu, and hitting the gym, you can start that today. So there's a lot of things you could be doing other than just walking around telling everybody how bad things are. Actually do something. So we're trying to walk the walk the best that we can. I know a lot of you are doing the same thing. Many of you are much more prepared than we are. You've been doing it a lot longer than we have too, and I commend you. Also, metals, gold, silver. Got to have some gold and silver in my opinion. I never give financial advice, but watching what we're watching now take place and what we see coming, I think it is more imperative now than ever to own some metals. If you need help with that, go to my link down below, SD Bullion. I've been dealing with them for 8 years plus. The only company I buy from, and they're a phenomenal company, and in my opinion, the best bullion dealer you could possibly buy from, in my opinion. If you need help with that, go to my link down below, or you can call them, tell them that Jeremiah Babe sent you. But these are all things you could be doing starting today. So it's easy to walk around, talk, tell everybody how bad things are, but what are you actually doing? Are you, putting some skin in the game, as they say? Are you grinding it out? What are you doing? How are you preparing? This stuff's not easy. I mean, just digging that tree out today took us, what, a good hour, honey? At least an hour to dig that one tree. Yeah, it took me an hour, but you helped. But I think it looks beautiful, by the way. Reminds me of Hawaii. But yeah, I mean, that thing's going to produce at some point coconuts. Probably, I don't know, a few years, but it's in the ground. And today it starts. Today it starts. So again, just being proactive is a good plan. And so many people, again, just talk, complain, doom and gloom. It's this, it's that. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Do something about it. We did. If we did something about it, you can do something about it.